From the Streamline Seal Court inside the Jenkins Fieldhouse here in the campus of Florida Southern College in Lakeland, Florida, welcome to Florida Southern College women's basketball. Today, arguably the biggest game of the year for the Mocs as they take on their longtime arch rivals, the University of Tampa Spartans. Hello again, everyone. I'm Jim Henderson. My broadcast partner to my left is Carl Van Gelder. We have Santiago as our producer, a full camera crew, and a huge game here this afternoon between the Mocs and Tampa. Well, 10 days ago, back on February 11th, Eckerd College rolled in here with a 9-game winning streak against Florida Southern, and the Mocs beat them 69-53. Today, Tampa also has a 9-game winning streak. And Carl, can the Mocs break this one too?
I think they can. The biggest thing is they need to have really good fundamentals and some more stats to look at for this matchup. This is the longest losing streak Florida Southern has ever had against the University of Tampa on the women's side. And the last time the Mocs beat them in that 2021-22 season, the Mocs had 12 or more in-conference wins. You can check that off the box. That was the last time they had an all-SEC first-teamer. I think we can check that off the box. That was also the last time the Mocs hosted an SSC tournament game, which is what this game will most likely decide. It was the last time the Mocs made the regional. I think you can guess the trend. So this game is huge for what the rest of the season has to hold for the Mocs, and they understand the weight.
Well, don't go away. When we come back, we're going to have Mocs assistant coach Shelby Wheeler to join us. This is Florida Southern College women's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back. Here's Mocs assistant coach Shelby Wheeler. And coach, first of all, congratulations on the win against Florida Tech here, but we just been talking just a little bit. Boy, what a huge game this one is tonight.
Absolutely. We keep finding ourselves in these spots, right? Or we're tied with somebody in the standings and get an opportunity to play them. And so, yeah, it's a blessing for sure. And so we're just trying to make the most of it today, and I think they're ready.
You guys have scored the most points per game in over 5 years this season, but this Tampa team, they pride themselves on defense, and they're the best transition defense in the entirety of Division II. How do you attack that?
Yeah, it's a big priority for us. You know, Coach Megan really pushed that on, putting pressure on their defense in transition early and then having the dominoes fall from there, and once we get in the half court, being able to grind that out.
Well, Lily Rangard has really stepped up as the 6th or 7th player, depending on how you want to look at it, but, I mean, she has really played well of late.
Absolutely, and like we've talked about, like both sides of the ball just really doing some good things, and I know she mentioned it at the end of the game the other day, just whatever it takes for the team to win. I think she's got that mindset right now and just enjoying, whatever games we got left.
You guys are about to play the nation leader in three-point percentage, and they're one of the teams that shoots the most in spot-up attempts. How do you defend that?
Yeah, I don't want to say anything because I said we were a good three-point team, and then on Wednesday we gave up 7 really tough ones to Florida Tech. So, I think they had 4 at their place, and so it's a priority for us. They have great inside threats as well, so we're going to have to be bouncing. Our defense is going to have to move and really lean on each other and play some good team defense today to cover both the perimeter and the paint.
Well, we talked a little bit about your win over Eckerd here 10 days ago. You got off to a great start in that game. I would think you would need that today.
Yeah, I thought at Tampa it was really hard. I think 22-12 in that first quarter. I think that just really hurt us because we were just really able to compete the rest of the way. And it takes a lot of energy to dig yourself out of a hole. So if you can maintain it early, come out ready to go, that it puts you in a good spot for 40 minutes.
That last loss really stung for you guys in Tampa, and at the end, it was a close one, but Tampa was able to pull away. How do you prevent that tonight?
Yeah, I think we've done a lot. We probably weren't doing enough special situation work in practice prior to that game, and we've added that in significantly since. Like, how do we finish games and kind of just win those games that are close, and what do we need to do kind of strategically, but also competitively, what that takes.
Well, Coach, good luck today. Let's get this one.
Thank you. Go Mocs.
All right. Mocs assistant coach Shelby Wheeler. Don't go away. When we come back, Carl and I will continue to get you set up for this one. It's a good one, folks, on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back. Both teams are continuing to warm up here, so we're getting close to the start of today's game between the Mocs and the University of Tampa Spartans. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Sunshine State Conference standings and take a look on the loss side in the parentheses for the 5 teams that right now are in the driver's seat. 3 Eckerd, 3 Nova, 4 Embry-Riddle, 5 Mocs, 5 Tampa. Carl, you just heard Coach Wheeler say it's that close. They get a chance to play someone they're even with.
And it's a really competitive conference at the top. You mentioned a stat to start the year, and these teams at the top have continued to dominate. I'll let you talk about that in a second, but you can tell exactly what you were saying. 5 losses for those 2 teams. Embry-Riddle, they just got a big win after their last matchup in conference play. The Mocs will be taking on Nova Southeastern for their senior day, so everything is still really in the control of whoever wants to take control at the end of the season.
Yeah, and today Eckerd is idle, so everyone by the end of play today will have 18 games with 2 to go among those top 5. And the top 5 right now has only lost 1 game to the bottom 6 teams in this conference, which is a very strange statistic. That loss was by Tampa to Palm Beach Atlantic. Other than that, I mean, the Mocs, if they win at Barry on Wednesday, they're 12-0 against that bottom 6. You just don't ever see that.
And that really shows the strength of the teams at the top of the conference. And unfortunately for those top teams, that's affecting the regional rankings as well.
It sure is. Of course, we didn't get the exact rankings. We got the 10 teams that were listed as being in competition for the 8 spots. Florida Southern was not in there. But, Carl, you know, I screamed a little bit about it then. I'm going to scream a little bit more about it now. I started to look a little bit closer at it. They are the 10th ranked team in RPI, and they are the 8th ranked team in that Kevin Pauga index form, and yet they're not in it. They are ahead of teams that are in it. I'm not sure how that works.
And the biggest thing is it isn't final yet, which is something the
Right.
Mocs have to keep telling themselves here, because I can tell you right now, none of the players on the court will be thinking about the regional rankings. All they'll be thinking about is not letting this get to a 10-game win streak for Tampa.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and take a look at some of the reasons why this game is really important. We usually foul line, so we're actually Tampa stays by its bench. The Mocs are around the foul line. So we're about ready to get going here with today's game between the Mocs and the University of Tampa Spartans. It is a game that group right there of young ladies been looking forward to for a long time, and can they snap that losing streak here today? We're going to get the Mission Barbecue National Anthem, the starting lineups, and let's go ahead and send it down to our PA announcer. Here is Clay Rowe.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise, if able, as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, performed by Madeline Meadows. Give it up for Maddie Meadows. Today's national anthem was brought to you by Mission Barbecue, home of great barbecue and a patriotic atmosphere. You can visit them at 4014 South Florida Avenue in Lakeland. Mission Barbecue, proudly serving those who serve. Let's meet the starting lineups first for the visiting Spartans. At guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 2, Georgia Palmieri. At guard, a 5'6" junior, number 3, Olivia Davis. At forward, a 5'10" graduate student, number 7, Alanis Diaz. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 12, Amy Thompson. At center, a 6'3" junior, number 32, Ryan Franklin. Assistant coaches for the Spartans, Tommy Jones and Elena De Alfredo. Associate head coach for the Spartans is Caitlin Mietrich. Head coach for the Spartans is Tom Jesse.
Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just two guys playing that they did in the studio. Usually send they verses back to me and they be terrible, just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women when they start debating about who the GOAT. I'm like, go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who you really rooting for? Like a kid that had bad from January to November. It's just too cold. Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the what?
At forward, a 6' sophomore from Middleburg, Florida, number 14, Nia Blockton. At guard, a 5'9" junior from Houghton, Kansas, number 21, Gianna Voss. At forward, a 5'10" junior from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, number 24, Lily Pereira. At guard, a 5'8" junior from Ponte Verde, Florida, number 44, Sydney Gomes. And at forward, a 6' graduate student from Vienna, Virginia, number 45, Monica Ballister. Assistant coaches for the Mocs, Shelby Wheeler and Bobby Orndorff. The head coach for the Mocs in her 4th year is Megan Zekas. Give it up for your Florida Southern College Moccasins.
Megan Zekas, 60-49 in her 4th year. On the other side, Tom Jesse, one of the top Division II college women's basketball coaches. 24th year, 509 career wins, 200 losses at Tampa. He has taken the Spartans to 15 NCAA tournaments in his long and storied career. And, Carl, he is one of the good ones for sure.
Yeah, not too shabby of a resume there, and you can tell why this Tampa team, they're a young team, surprisingly, something you haven't been able to say much about Tampa over the last few years, but they are a really, really well-coached team.
Jared Harvey is our referee. Praise Russell and Leon Lipsick will work with him. We are about ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy some Florida Southern College women's basketball. This is going to be a good one. Opening tip goes to the good guys. Here is Gomes in front court. And a high post for Blockton. Mocs will run their normal offense here. There's the screen. Gomes dumped it down low for Blockton. Could not hold it. Bounced off her leg, out of bounds. First turnover of the game, and Tampa will get the ball.
Good thought there by Gomes. When Nia Blockton is going, this Moxon team is able to really run up the points. But the one issue there, you need to make a better decision with that pass. Tampa does not allow a lot of extra possessions, and that's one thrown away.
Here is Palmieri now. She's the point guard for the Spartans. She'll go around the screen. Set there by Franklin. Kicks it back out. Down for Franklin, and she threw it away, and Nia Blockton got it back. Here is Voss down left side. Back out for Lily Pereira. Pereira trying to drive through, going up, and got it. No, missed it. Did not go in. And back the other way comes Tampa. Rolled in and out. So Tampa with its second possession. Mocs are scoreless in their first two. Palmieri dumped it down for Franklin. Franklin trying to go up, and does, and scores, and the first basket of the game belongs to Tampa. She averages 15.2 points per game.
She stands at 6'3", too, and there's not too many players in Division II that make Nia Blockton look small, but Franklin's one of them.
Here is Gomes near the foul line. Boy, she wanted to shoot. Here's Voss for three. No, just out. Blocked in the rebound, and we got a 2-2 tie. Great job by Nia Blockton to get position and score the basket.
Nia Blockton, someone that Coach Megan Zekis talked a lot about in the walk-on show this past Thursday, talking about her work ethic and how much she's grown this year.
Palmieri led Franklin, missed a shot, and the Mocs get a break and back the other way with Pereira. Boy, it looked like she had an open look and could not get it. Gomes gives it up for Monica Ballester. And now Voss. Here's Pereira, dump for Blockton inside on Franklin. Goes up. Too hard, but we got a foul going to be called on Ryan Franklin.
Jim, it looks like a real emphasis so far today. Almost every possession for the Mocs has led to paint touch for Nia Blockton. They want to work with their big man.
Yeah, they are going down low here. It sure looks like both teams are doing that. Well, here's Blockton to the free throw line. She is 35 of 59 at the line this season, 59%. And got the roll. Nia with 3 points and the Mocs with a 1-point lead. Florida Southern shooting 76.5. We mentioned Tampa at 76.2. These are really going to be important free throws. 1 out of 2. Spartans get the ball. We'll bring it up. The rebound by Olivia Davis. Here is Palmieri now. Guarded by Voss. Kicking it back out, down low, going to Franklin. Blockton stole it away again. Boy, Nia Blockton is stepping it up on the defensive end. Gomes for 3, got it! Sydney Gomes nails her first 3. Mocs go up by 4.
6 for 10 from 3 in that last game. She's averaging 25 points over the last 4 games.
Averaging 18.4 points per game. Here is Franklin. She's open outside, and she will knock it down. 4 early points for Ryan Franklin right at that right elbow. And the Mocs lead it by 2.
That bucket broke a 6-0 run over the last minute for Florida Southern.
Gomes again for Ballester. She'll take the 3. Got it! Monica Ballester averages 9.1, and once again, the Mocs with a 5-point advantage.
Don't forget the last game against Tampa was her breakout game. 17 points and a career-high 31 minutes. That was her coming out party, and she's been huge since.
Palmieri gives it up for Elena Diaz. Deep 3 outside. Oh, that is going to go by Olivia Davis. She averages 9, Mocs by 2.
Tampa doesn't shoot a crazy amount of threes, but like we talked at the top, they make a lot of them, 40% on the year.
And the Mocs lead the league in defending on those threes. Pass to Ballester, back to Voss. Voss driving through, a little runner in the lane. Back iron, no, and the rebound by Franklin. Here is Palmieri for Tampa. Pass inside, shot up and in. Bucket by Elena Diaz, her first basket. And the game is all even at 9. Gomes in front court for Florida Southern. Still looking, there's the Blockton screen. Gomes kicks out. Voss wanted the 3, didn't take it. She's going up, got a layup and score. Gianna Voss not afraid to go downhill. Her first basket, Mocs by 2.
The last matchup between these two teams, the Mocs with just 10 assists. They need to move the ball really well today. When they have 12 or more, they're 17-1 this season.
Diaz lobs it down for Franklin. Boy, they can score all day if they do it like that. Game even once again. Franklin with 6.
You could see the Mocs, they're trying to face guard. They don't want to allow those entry passes, but you need help on the baseline if you're going to allow those back doors.
This is Ballester. And Voss. Pereira. Voss again. And Gomes. Shot clock to 7. All the way down. Gomes got a layup. She'll score. You can see she found an opening. Sid with 5, and the Mocs go back up 2. And, Carl, this is a pretty high-scoring first quarter.
It's been all offense the last few minutes. The Mocs, 4 of their last 5. Tampa, 4 of their last 4.
Palmieri lobbed it down. Now they try to help out. Blockton's going to force a jump. It's going to stay with Tampa.
In my conversation with head coach Megan Zekis at walk-on, she mentioned, I coach Nia really hard, and you can see that effort coming out here from Blockton. She is everywhere defensively.
First quarter media timeout. Mocs lead it by 2. Don't go away. This is Florida Southern College women's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Fans, join us in celebrating D2 Day tomorrow, February 22nd. The day serves as an opportunity for everyone associated with Division II to celebrate the impact of athletics and of our student athletes on our campus and in our community. On our social media platforms, we'll share the benefits of being a part of Division II and highlight some of our student athlete success stories. On Division II Day tomorrow, we'll join Division II conferences and institutions by posting a social media graphic at 2:22 p.m. Eastern Time, sharing how we're proud to celebrate D2 Day. Be sure to share our post and follow us on social media at fscmox.com. Inbounds for Tampa. Lobbing it back out. First sub is Faith Pickens into the game. There's the three outside, won't go, and the rebound for Ballester. Pickens in for Ryan Franklin. And here is Sydney Gomes. Wanted the three, couldn't get it. For Pereira. For Gomes, down for Blockton and tipped away by Faith Pickens. 6'3" freshman out of Williamstown, West Virginia. Here's Lily Rangard, the Mocs' new sixth-player ace, and Lily Pereira coming out. Rangard averaging 8.6 points, 4.1 rebounds per game. For Voss. Driving, runner in the lane. Got it! Gianna Voss has got 4, and the Mocs go up by 4.
That's her shot. She's so comfortable when she can run into the lane and put that floater up.
Palmieri. Voss has her out front. The screen by Pickens. Palmieri dumped it back outside. Driving through, layup up, no good. Missed by Davis. Ball on the floor. It's going to be a tie-up, and the ball should go back to Florida Southern.
You can see how focused this defense is right now. Whenever they see that ball stop in the hands of an opponent, they're rushing in like sharks seeing blood in the water to go and grab the ball.
Mocs by 4. Gomes bringing it up. Going to be met by Davis. For Blockton. Back to Rangard. Lily steps back, pops 3, back iron, no good. Ballester trying to run it down. It's out. Who's basketball? Tampa will get it back.
Heads-up play there by the sophomore, sprinting out to get that before the two players in white and getting it right off Gianna Voss.
So Palmieri brings it up. Florida Southern by 4, under 4 to go here in quarter number 1. 3:45 remaining. High post, Pickens. Dumped it down. Coming back out is Diaz. Transfer from St. Leo. Back out it comes to Palmieri. She just held on the shot clock. Down to 10. Palmieri near the foul line. Steps back. Takes the shot. Yes. Got the roll. First basket for her. Mocs by 2.
And that's just how this Tampa offense works. They are uber efficient. If a shot goes up, it's most likely going to fall.
This is Gomes. Wanted it. Can't get it. Rangard. Tampa doing a good job of stepping out on her so far. Here's Voss. Rangard again. Voss. Shot clock under 10. Voss. Going to have to take it herself. Nope, she's going to throw it down, but she threw it away as blocked and not going. Here comes Carlota Gomez Alonso for Florida Southern. She's into the game for the first time, and Voss will come out.
It's Carlota's second game back from injury in the Mocs. We'll use her a lot today. We saw her get some pretty good run in that first game back against Barry.
Palmieri in front court. Florida Southern by 2, 2:45 left in the first quarter. Down low, Pickens up and got it. Faith Pickens, first basket by a reserve for either team. Game all even again with 2.5 to go in the quarter.
Watch for a lot of pick and rolls here from the Mocs. They ran 33 pick and rolls last time against Tampa.
Here's Carlota Gomez Alonso back out. Corner for Sydney Gomes for 3. No. Rebound Ballester. They're trying to tie her up. Couldn't do it. Blocked and near the foul line. Won't go. And an easy rebound by Elenis Diaz. Tampa with a chance to take the lead. We approach 2 to go. First quarter. Here's Palmieri. Guarded now by Ballester. A little bit of a size mismatch. Back out for Davis. Dumped it down. Great steal that time by Carlota Gomez Alonso. The Mocs get it back. Here's Gomes. Sid trying to go through. Can't do it. 3 by Gomez Alonso. Won't go. And an easy rebound for Tampa. No one over there, and it was Davis to pick it up. Here's Palmieri again. Driving through now, kicks it back out. This is Thompson, gives it up. Diaz all the way down, fadeaway jumper, won't go, rebound. Lily Rangard, Mox on the move with the game tied. Here is Sydney Gomes. Back out for Ballester and for Gomez Alonso. Quick move, they cut her off. She kicks it back. Gomez Alonso, same spot, dumped it in to Blockton, who scores. Nia Blockton with 5. Carla, great pass by Gomez Alonso.
And that broke up a 3-minute scoring drought for the Mocs. They were 0 for their last 4, and that's what we have Carlota on the floor for. She is a great passer, one of the best in the conference.
Back out on top, that'll be Pickens, who nails the 2. Faith Pickens, 4 off the bench, averages 5, game even again, under a minute to go in the quarter.
That shot reminds me a lot of what we saw last year against Tampa, where they ate up that 2-3, especially in that high mid-range.
Here is Rangard. Gomez Alonso, Rangard again. They're just working it. Deep 3 by Lily. Nope. And a rebound for Tampa. Davis had it. Now Tampa can take the lead. Near steal by the Mocs. Palmieri will back it out. You can watch the clock with us as it ticks down to the end of the quarter. Tampa looks like it wants to hold for 1 to try to take the lead. This is Palmieri still with it. Rangard with her, driving through, dumped it off, pass deflected, and we got a call inside.
It'll be a charge.
It looked like a charge, yep. Sydney took the charge.
She looks to be a little bit shaken up from it, but she is one of the best charge drawers since she set foot here at Florida Southern. Has that great basketball IQ that allows her to slide in, set her feet, and a big foul drawn there by Sid.
Palmieri commits the foul, her first. So Florida Southern got to hurry. And they get it to Gomes. I don't think I'd let her shoot out there. She's driving all the way through, run her off way too hard. And the quarter will come to an end. And absolutely nothing has been decided. We are all even at 17. Second quarter coming up. This is Florida Southern College women's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Fans would like to thank our corporate sponsor, Jimmy John's. At Jimmy John's, they don't make sandwiches. They make the sandwich of sandwiches. The flavors of fresh veggies combined with hand-sliced meats and fresh-baked bread are what makes a Jimmy John's sandwich the sandwich of sandwiches. You can check out the local Jimmy John's in downtown on South Florida Avenue and in Bartow. Well, Carl, really not a whole lot to give after the first 10 minutes. It was a good one.
The Mocs found a way to score early, and that was a big key for us coming into this one. We saw them do that against Eckerd, and they did it here, but that momentum did slow. I thought they did a good job of responding. When their offense wasn't working, they made sure their defense worked just as well, and that's what kept this game even heading into the second quarter.
So we see Lily Pereira back into the game for the Mocs. Ballester gets her first break. Ball inbounded by Brooklyn Butler. This is Palmieri. Tampa trying to take the lead. Steps back. Thompson, or rather Franklin, and now Palmieri. Stops and pops. No, not that time. Ball on the floor. Mocs will get it with Rangard. Ahead for Pereira. Back out, and the Mocs will set it up. Game remains even, early second quarter. Gomez Alonso for Pereira and for Gomes. And we got a foul. It's going to be on Thompson, her first. Well, Carl, so far a relatively clean game foul-wise, just like we thought.
And that's what you have to expect with two really talented and well-coached teams. And Jim, I just did the math for this stat I'm about to tell you. The Mocs right now on pace for 68 points in this game. In games where opponents have scored 68 against Tampa, the Spartans are 0-3 this season.
Maddie Oberski in for the first time at Franklin, back here for Tampa. Here's Gomes, had a shot at three. They are just denying her a chance. Deep three by Pereira will not roll, and the rebound taken down by Ryan Franklin. Neither team has scored in the opening minute of quarter number 2. Here is Palmieri. Around the Franklin screen. Franklin has it now. She wants to dump it back out and does to Oberski, gets her first touch, and now Palmieri. Oberski, deep three outside. Goes, three by Olivia Davis. She's got 6. Mocs down 3.
That's already the 7th assist of the game for Tampa. Only 2 buckets have not been assisted for them.
And again, the Mocs defend the 3 to lead the conference, and Tampa's hit a couple. Pereira trying to drive in. Can't do it. Got it to Rangard. Down low for Blockton. Wants to post up. She will, and she'll score. Nia's got an early 7 points for Florida Southern. They were down 1.
Blockton's been praised for a lot of growth this season, but something that stayed with her since high school, her post work, and we saw it again there.
Palmieri dumped it down. Franklin's got a layup, and she missed it. What a break for Florida Southern.
That one last touch in Lily Rangard, so it's staying with Tampa, 20 on the shot clock.
Voss and Ballestier coming back. Gomez, Alonso, and Blockton coming out here for Florida Southern. Boy, Nia really had a good opening quarter.
5 points for her, and she's not someone you look for points necessarily, but defensive impact, and we saw both.
Lobbed out to Franklin. And a ball stolen by Voss on the pass. Voss is going to go all the way down. She'll go up, and she will miss. Rebound taken back by Voss, but she was standing out of bounds.
Mocs need to make sure they hit those easy looks. Obviously, some contest there, but you have to make those against a team like Tampa.
Palmieri brings it up. Tampa by 1. Dropped it off to Butler. Inside, Franklin got it. She's got 8 early points, and now Tampa goes up by 3.
The Mocs are just struggling to stay attached to her. They're really trying to deny the ball, but need to be a little bit less aggressive to be able to contest.
Here's Ballester. And Voss. And Sydney Gomes. Tampa's done a good job denying Sydney the ball when she wants to shoot. She's going to go through this time, going up, and she'll shoot a couple.
That's what Sydney needs to continue to do. She's one of the top free throw shooters in the conference and in the country, and she's someone that really gets this offense going when she attacks down low.
She's second in the conference in free throw shooting at 87.8, which really translates to making 7 of every 8 shots. 2 coming up for Sydney Gomes. Can get the Mocs a little closer. Mocs down 2.
Earlier on, we were talking about the three-point shooting from Tampa, and it's because they take really good shots. They've only taken 3 three-pointers today. They've made 2 of them. The Mocs have taken 8, making just 2.
Gomes got them both. Florida Southern down 1. Palmieri in front court. Voss with her. To Butler. Back out. Oberski. And Franklin. Down low, there it is again. Shot up, didn't go this time. We got a foul on the Mocs, though. And Butler's going to shoot free throws.
Lily Pereira not happy with that call, a vocal leader for this Moxon team. And we mentioned to start, Tampa, they're also pretty good at free throw percentage, less than a full percent off of what the Mocs are shooting.
So Butler to the line. We see Blockton back in here now for Florida Southern for Pereira. Butler for free throws coming up. Only 7 out of 10 this season. 8 for 11. She averages 5.9 points per game. Tampa by 2. 1 more. And got them both. Gomes to bring it up. Florida Southern down a 3. Rangard. Blockton in the paint. Wants the post. Going up, same move, same basket. Foreign Blockton now with 9 points. Florida Southern down 1. Here's Palmieri. Well, Carl, looks to me like the way this thing is going, could have been a charge. Deep 3 outside by Butler goes. Wow. Brooklyn Butler with 5. And Tampa is taking advantage of something the Mocs are usually pretty good at. It's guarding that three-point line.
Voss trying to go for the strip on the ball instead of the pure contest, and that's what allows an easier look there for Tampa. She needs to get higher on that contest.
Blocked and put it on the floor, had it stolen away by Oberski. Tampa back the other way now with a 4-point lead. Maybe a longer lead. No, missed. Rebound comes down to Gomes. Wide open look, did not go. Here's Ballester driving through, cut off. Great defense by Elena Diaz. They're going to call a double dribble on Monica Ballester. Gomez Alonso coming in. And it looks like Blockton will come out. Tampa by 4.
Tampa playing a little bit smaller than normal, so the Mocs matching that here. They want to have a little bit more ball handling and shooting in this lineup.
Diaz down low. Gomez Alonso got a hand on it, and it went out off of Tampa. The Mocs are going to get it back out off of Butler. Well, Carl, right now it looks to me like both teams are doing a really good job just getting it inside and getting people open.
And that's what both these teams are built off of, those drive and kick opportunities, and that's why both are really good at the free throw line and really good at scoring points.
Timeout on the floor. It looks like it is a 30, so we will go ahead and keep it here. Tampa leading it by 4 over the Florida Southern College Mocs. And Carl, so far it has been the kind of game we thought, well, it looks like they're going to go ahead and take the full timeout, and they're going to review something here that we will check on when we come back. Don't go away. This is Florida Southern College women's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Well, fans, I'd like to thank our corporate sponsor, Mid-Florida Credit Union. If you're looking for a bank in Lakeland, look to Mid-Florida Credit Union. You'll find personal and business banking products, convenient locations, and secure online access. Well, Carl, I would think you mentioned earlier that Tampa is just about hitting every three-pointer it's taken. Mocs are going to have to really step up and get that back.
And the tough thing with that is how much do you limit the perimeter without completely selling out on it and allowing those looks inside. We know this Tampa team can really execute, especially in those post-up opportunities, and we've seen it so far. I think something the Mocs can really do is be a little bit more switchable on the perimeter, and they need to be all out on these closeouts. We've seen already that this Tampa team, when they have to take those motion three-pointers, taking a dribble into that shot, they've struggled to hit them as frequently, only 5 attempts for them, but not as comfortable when they don't have those set feet. Be really aggressive on those closeouts. Don't foul, but force them to have to relocate.
Well, they are still checking something down at the scorer's table here, so we're going to have to see what the verdict is here. And we're not even sure at this point. Let's see, one of the officials is coming back over again, so let's see. Let's see if they call a foul here or something, or they're putting some time on the shot clock, one of the two. Looks like the shot clock is down to 22, so no fouls here.
So it looks like they were checking to see who it went off of, and they'll say Florida Southern touched it last.
So Tampa will get it. So I'm assuming that they did the challenge and they were successful. Back out for Thompson, who just came back in. Here's Palmieri now. Palmieri wanted to drive, now kicks it back out, and there's a steal by Gomez Alonso. Going down all the way in for Gomes. What a pass, and an easy bucket for Sid. Sid now with 9, and the Mocs down 2. Great play by Gomez Alonso. All the way down inside, out. Whose ball? Mocs ball.
And that last sequence is the beauty of that duo, Carlota Gomez-Alonso. She is very aggressive offensively and defensively, and that is the best of the best for that. Jumping in the lane, getting the steal, and then what a pass there to Sydney Gomes.
Jade Thompson into the game for the first time for Tampa, and Palmieri gets her first break. So here's Gomes now, Mox down 2. Chance to tie or take the lead. Here's Gomez-Alonso. Wants to drive in on Butler, cut off. All the way back out for Gomes. Boy, I love the way she slings that. Sometimes I have to hold my breath. There's the screen. Gomes to spin move into the lane. Now she needs help. Back for Gomez-Alonso. Shot clock to 5. Going to have to hurry. Gomez-Alonso trying to go through, kicked it out. Voss got rid of it in time and just off, and a shot clock violation called on Florida Southern. So we see Ryan Franklin coming back in here for Tampa. And Butler's coming out.
Let's see if the Mocs keep blocked in on the bench here. It looks like Ballester will be on the Franklin assignment.
And Jade Thompson brings it up. Sophomore out of Seffner Christian Academy over in the Tampa Bay area. Guarded by Voss. Back out, deep 3. No, rebound. Mox, Gomez-Alonso. And Gomes will bring it up. Florida Southern down 2. Gomes around a Ballester screen. Still with it, cut off. Inside for Ballester. She's going to go up. Too hard, and a rebound taken down by Franklin. Good defense by Ryan Franklin. Thompson back the other way. Voss trying to stay with her. Thompson driving it down. Gomez-Alonso blocked it, but will commit the foul. And boy, Megan Zeke is not happy with that one.
That was a really good idea there by Carlota, but it looks like they're saying she moved her body a little bit too much into the opposing player for Tampa in Thompson. So that just opened it up for that foul call. You need to stay back far enough where you don't have that chest-to-chest contact.
Butler in for Diaz. We see Jade Thompson coming to the free throw line. Only 4 of 6 this year. 5 of 7. And again, we mentioned how important free throws will be in this game. Got them both. Tampa has hit all 4 of it, and the Mocs are 3 for 4. So here's Gomes. Mocs down 4. And Blockton. Back out for Gomes. Blockton got back under. Let's see if Gomes wants her. She does. Lean's going to try to go up. She'll post. She'll throw an air ball up, but it's won back by Gomez-Alonso. She's going to try to go up. She turns. She scores and one. How about that? Gomez-Alonso with her first basket and a chance for a three-point play.
Welcome back, Carlota. She is great on the offensive glass and great powering through opponents. You could see the strength from her on that last take.
Butler with her second foul. Tampa with 3 in the quarter. Florida Southern with 2. Gomez-Alonso knocks it down. Her first 3 points of the game. And once again, the Mocs are back to within 1. Thompson will bring it up. Palmieri will come in next dead ball for Tampa. Guarded by Voss. Still with it. Butler down low. Franklin goes up and in. Franklin with 10. First player in double figures. Tampa by 3. The call right now, they don't really have an answer for her.
No, I'd anticipate them to start sending some doubles her way because right now, like you said, no answer at all for her 6'3" frame.
Here's Voss. Cut off, back out. Gomez-Alonso bounced it off her leg but got it back. Trying to go up, missed the shot. Got her own rebound, goes up and scores. Great play by Carlota Gomez-Alonso, who's got 5, and the Mocs are down 1.
She's just so great at following her shot and not giving up on possessions.
Jade Thompson with it. Near steal by Gomes. Thompson driving through. No good. Rebound, Gomez-Alonso. Outlet, Sydney Gomes. Gomes still with it. Wants to go quick. Still has it. In the paint. Kicked it out. 3 by Voss. Got it! Deanna Voss. Her first 3 of the game, and the Mocs go up by 2. Thompson with it again for Tampa. Jade Thompson knocked away. Ball on the floor. Scramble. Jump. Mocs ball.
You can start to feel that momentum swinging back the way of Florida Southern. Tampa, they had a pretty good grip on this game, but the Mocs finding ways to climb back with that defense and especially the hustle to open up beautiful shots like the last one we saw from Gianna Voss.
Palmieri and Diaz back in. Jay Thompson and Butler are out. Gomes with it. Florida Southern by 2. Here is Blockton. Back out. Rangard down low. Gomes got it and scores. Sid now in double figures with 11. And Florida Southern up 4. Arguably, Carl, I believe it's the biggest lead of the game for Florida Southern.
The biggest lead was 5 when it was 9-4,
okay.
But the second biggest.
That's right. That's right. Here is Ryan Franklin. Blockton staying outside with her. Knocked away by Rangard. Great play by Lily, and she bounced it right off her foot. Well, that happens.
That's a good thing with Lily. She doesn't get too high or too low. Had a smile on her face right after that. The Mocs still running right now. 7-0 run the last 76 seconds, and they're 3 of their last 3 from the field. Maddie
Oberski back in here now for Tampa, and Amy Thompson will sit down. So Palmieri will bring it up. We're under 90 seconds to go in the half. Florida Southern by 4. Palmieri gives it up here for Oberski. Back around it comes. Palmieri trying to drive through. Blocked out of bounds by Lily Rangard.
She's averaging 2 blocks per game over the last 3, and that includes a 4-block game against Eckert.
Inbounds. Palmieri tossed it out for Franklin. Screen. Back out. Double dribble. No question about it.
And we talked about how young this team is. Number 17, Oberski, one of the many freshmen on the floor for the Tampa side.
1 minute to go here in the first half. Gomes with the basketball for the Mocs. Florida Southern by 4, and now it's Blockton. Gomes for 3. Got it! Sydney Gomes! 14-9 in the quarter, and Florida Southern up 7.
Jim, that's just a pure heat check, and Sydney Gomes is on one right now. The Mocs are really locking in going into half.
Palmieri kicked it back. Corner. Oberski trying to make a quick move there as Diaz up and in. Elenis Diaz transfer from St. Leo has 4. And the Moc lead is 5, and they can run it down now. Shot clock is off. So Florida Southern can hold for the final shot. And why wouldn't they here? And you can see Gomes right out just over the half-court line. Carl's going down to get Mocs head coach Megan Zekas because this ought to be a Mocs lead. Gomez Alonso for 3. No. Boy, they probably should have waited a little bit longer. But at the buzzer, Palmieri throws it short. And we have indeed come to the end of the second quarter and the first half. Florida Southern with 21 in that second quarter, while Tampa held to 16. Florida Southern with a 5-point, 38-33 halftime lead over the University of Tampa Spartans. And again, we have sent Carl down to get with Mocs head coach Megan Zekas. But boy, what a tremendous finish to the first half by Florida Southern. I mean, it was going both teams about even, and all of a sudden the Mocs had that little 7-0 spurt, and that has given them this 5-point lead here at the intermission. A good first half, just exactly what we thought, but to be honest, probably a little bit more scoring than we thought. We figured, I figured 65 to 70 is probably going to get you a win. Right now, it might be a little more than that. Well, we're going to go ahead. We see Mocs coach Megan Zekas is down there, so we'll send it down to Carl Van Gelder with the Mocs head coach.
Coach, you guys really picked it up the last 5 minutes. What went into that?
Just getting stops. I thought we did a really good job getting in the passing lanes, having hands in those passing lanes, getting tips, deflections, steals. We just got to convert on more of those. I want to convert on more of those, but just getting stops.
And in the second half, obviously need to get stops. What else do you need to get done?
We need to continue to protect the paint. We're outscoring them in the paint. Then we just got to they got a couple of threes off, so we'll make some adjustments there. But honestly, it's just getting stops and converting on those stops in the offensive end. We've been executing pretty well, but I think we can tighten up a few things as well.
Got you. Thank you, Coach. Back to you, Jim.
All right. Okay, Carl, very good. Thank you very much. Florida Southern leads it by 5. We'll get a chance to watch the cheerleaders in action here a little bit at the half, and we will get you set for our halftime show coming up. We'll get you all the stats that are available to us, and we'll get you set for the start of the second half. Well, it looks like the cheerleaders are done, so we will go ahead and step aside for our first halftime break. Mocs lead it by 5, and this is Florida Southern College women's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
The first 50 years of the Sunshine State Conference inspired champions and built a legacy rooted in excellence. A legacy built from a single sport to a conference of national champions. Threaded through geography, fueled by growth, defined by excellence. 135 team national titles, 173 individual champions, and hundreds of Scholar All-Americans. Always at the top of NCAA Division II. Looking ahead, we reflect on where we started, where we are, and where we're going. The Sunshine State Conference, where success thrives.
Did you know that love of sports is the #1 reason most people start officiating? And verbal abuse is the #1 reason why most quit? Act with respect and be officially human.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back. Well, fans, a special thank you to our broadcast sponsor, the Florida Orthopedic Institute, Lakeland's #1 choice for orthopedic care. You can scan the QR code on your screen to schedule today with your local experts. Well, the Mocs lead it by 5. Let's go ahead and take a look at our first half stats for you as the Mocs with a little spurt, Carl, towards the end of the second quarter. I think you said it was a 7-0 spurt, something like that. That really made the difference here in the first half.
That was the big difference for the Mocs, being able to get the ball rolling offensively again. Remember, they started off pretty well after the first 2 minutes of back and forth defensive play. Then they settled in, and so did the defense for Tampa to end the first. The Mocs, the big thing for them, 6 offensive rebounds has helped them a lot, as well as that +6 in points off turnovers.
Yeah, it really is. And in the paint, Florida Southern is leading by a 22-14 count against Tampa. And, you know, Carl, I'm a little surprised at that, only because it just seemed like anytime Ryan Franklin wanted to get open inside, she could.
And that's the thing. The Mocs did a good job of denying her. We just remember a lot of when it did work for Tampa, but a big part of the Mocs in defense, they're really deterring that with those face guards.
Tampa with 11 assists on 13 made baskets. The Mocs 9 on 15 so far here in the game. Sydney Gomes, the leading scorer, with 14 points to go along with a rebound and 3 assists. And, Carl, it was a quiet 14, I thought, and she kind of really exploded in that second quarter with 9 points.
I have a little bit of deja vu because that's exactly what we said against Barry, and then she had that 28-point masterclass of a game that really helped pull the Mocs out with that one. She'll be someone that will need to be leaned on heavily in this game and the rest of the season.
And 9 points for Nia Blockton to go along with a rebound and an assist. She really got the Mocs off and running early.
Yeah, she's +3 for Florida Southern in the plus-minus, and a big reason is because of those 9 points, but also 3 steals for her, a really big deal.
7 points for Gianna Voss, 5 points for Carlotta Gomez Alonso, 3 points for Monica Ballester, 38 for Florida Southern. For Tampa, Ryan Franklin leading the way with 10 points. She's 5 of 7 from the floor, 10 points and 3 rebounds for her. 6 points for Olivia Davis, 5 points for Brooklyn Butler, 4 each for Elena Diaz and Faith Pickens, and 2 for Jade Thompson, a total of 33 for Tampa. Well, Carl, this is the final women's game today, so why don't you go ahead and catch everybody up on the scores of all the previous games that were played earlier today.
You can see the conference standings graphic going into today coming up on your screen there. And we'll start off. Nova Southeastern took care of business in Fort Lauderdale, beating St. Leo by 13 in an 81-68 game. Embry-Riddle won 106-83 over Lynn. Florida Tech took care of business in Miami Shores, winning that one 69-60, bouncing back after that loss at Florida Southern. And then PBA beat Rollins at Rollins by 5 points in a game. It was really back and forth, 76-71.
Well, with the loss by Lynn, they're 8-10. The win by Palm Beach Atlantic, they're 8-10. So that's going to be a battle in here. Florida Tech with a win at 6 wins now. Barry, St. Leo, and Rollins right now are the 3 teams that look like they're going to be out of the conference tournament.
And, Jim, it feels really good that we're not worried about the Mocs making the tournament this year, but
true.
Instead hosting a tournament game. And we talked about it a little bit before we went on air. The matchup between the number 4 seed and the number 5 seed is almost always the most fun one. And in case anything else crazy happens, it'll probably be a matchup that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, and if you keep this up here for just a minute, you can look and see something here. Right now, with Nova Southeastern and Eckerd with 3 losses each, the Nova game is going to be critical to whether or not Florida Southern has a shot at hosting, depending on how this one plays out. Now, let's just say that it stays this way. Tampa falls to 6 losses. If Florida Southern heads into Nova with 5 losses and Tampa has 6, and Florida Southern loses to Nova, now they both have 6. It depends on who wins the conference, because if it's Nova, Tampa would get the 4th because Tampa beat Nova earlier this year. And if it's Eckerd, the Mocs would get it because Eckerd beat Nova and Tampa did not. That's the way it works.
And that's why it is always really, really exciting, because every team in the conference is really well coached, but especially those top 5 teams that have really been successful this year. The vast majority of them have had coaches there for at least a decade. And I talked about it with you last game when we were talking about Barry and Florida Southern and what the rest of the season will look like. But Eckerd, they are so fun to watch. And that match between them and Florida Southern was one of the best games all season.
Well, and what's going to be interesting, too, I think, is that, remember, there are still 2 more games to go in regular season play. And for the Mocs, it's a road game at Barry on Wednesday night, and then it'll be a home game here against Nova. Embry-Riddle is going to play at Palm Beach Atlantic And Palm Beach Atlantic is also going to have to travel to Tampa, so there's still a lot of basketball to be played, but not a lot of time to do it.
And even though Barry is now 4-14, that is always a really, really tough trip. You got to remember the drive there.
Yeah, it's all the way down on a weekday.
And then it makes it even tougher for that Nova game too, because you have all that driving, then you still need to get to class on Thursday morning.
There you go.
And get right back into the swing of things.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some Sydney Gomes numbers today. We've been talking a lot about her as usual, and she is all over the Florida Southern College record books, and she's just, again, continuing to add to the numbers that she has. Her 14 points today gives her 1,275 total points. She is the 15th best in school history. Now, she's going to have a long way to go to get the 14th. Nancy Parks, who played from 1986 to 89, has 1,328 points. And, Carl, to show you the difference, Nancy Parks made 3 threes. The 3 just came in when she was a student athlete here at Florida Southern. Sid has 624 rebounds. She's now moved up ahead of Mariah Harris and Wilhelmina Folks, or rather, check that. She's still trying to catch them. She's 13 down at 14th. She's 8th in assists. She's 7th in minutes played and 7th in both three-point makes and three-point attempts for Florida Southern. And she is just continuing to add to her legacy here. And Carl, again, I think we've mentioned this before, but we have seen them all now in the Sunshine State Conference, with the exception of Nova, who will be here coming up next weekend. Sydney Gomes really, to me, is the Sunshine State Conference Player of the Year.
And I think a big selling point for her is how contingent her success is for team success. Because if Sid has a rough game, it's really hard for this Moxon team to pick it up and find a win. And that's because of not only her impact on winning offensively, defensively, but how much she is the heart and soul of this team.
Yeah, she really is. And the Mocs right now really have kind of like a 7-person rotation for this game, with both Lily Rangard and Carlotta Gomez-Alonzo coming off the bench. We saw Emily Ritterstrom quite a bit here against Florida Tech. It wouldn't surprise me if she gets some time, but Miss Gomes played 20 minutes, and I would think that might be what is going to happen in the final 20 minutes.
I mentioned she's coming into this game averaging 25 points per game over her last 4, and though she's also averaging over 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Oh, and in 38.75 minutes per game the last 2 weeks. And over the last 3 games, she's played every single second. So, Jim, I agree. I think we're going to see a lot of Sydney Gomes in this one. And something to think about, you mentioned Ritterstrom. She played 22 minutes, a career high against Tampa at Tampa. And that was the first game where she really was given the reins of the offense. She ran a lot of those half-court sets for the Mocs at the end. Unfortunately, the offense went a little bit stagnant near the end because Tampa, they're really good in the half court, and you can see today the Mocs have really emphasized run a little bit more and find ways to get this Tampa team on their heels.
Well, one thing we didn't mention here, Sydney Gomes has now played over 3,000 career minutes here at Florida Southern. She's 3rd in the league in minutes averaging this year at 35.5. Just an indefatigable presence on the floor. She just runs and runs and runs.
And she's someone that has been doing it for a little bit now. She was doing the same thing last year, one of the top players in the country in minutes per game. And even as a true freshman, even though she didn't have the same role, obviously, that she has now, she was still someone that was really trusted by Coach Zekas in her true freshman season. And it's not like she's someone that was like the 6th man in high school, had some fresh legs. She's the all-time leading scorer for St. Johns County, which has a few pretty good players coming out of there.
All right, well, we've talked a lot about her. Now let's go to the other side. What does Tampa have to do to control her?
What Tampa has to do is, I think, force her to take a lot of threes. In some games we've seen with Sid, she can get a little bit behind the 8 ball in terms of running the offense and go for those bailout three-point attempts. That's what Tampa loves to do against opponents, and that can lead to some low shooting percentages and thrown away possessions. The one thing Sid needs to do is make the winning play, even if it's not the easy play.
Starters are back in. Here we go. 3rd quarter, Florida Southern by 5. And let's see where this one goes. Diaz with it. Jumper outside. Whoa, right away. Tampa says we are here to play. Florida Southern by 3. Gomes in front court. Slowly walking it up. Now she takes the 3. That's short and an air ball. And just like that, Tampa gets it back.
Mox maybe could have been called for a moving screen there on blocked and didn't get the call, but still a turnover either way.
Yeah, Tom Jesse, the head coach, was making his presence known on that one. So here now is Palmieri. Tampa with the first points of the quarter. And a chance with a 3 to tie. Diaz going in again on Ballester. Up too hard. Rebound blocked and outlet Gomes. She'll bring it to Ballester. And now Gomes will get it back from Monica in front court. Florida Southern with a 3-point lead. Just the start of the third quarter. Second half ought to be great. Gomes driving through. Wanted to shoot, can't do it. Here's Ballester. Dumped it down and kicked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Florida Southern. 9 on the shot clock.
Good defense there by Diaz. We'll see if they'll call it a kick ball, and they will, so that'll reset it to 20 seconds.
And that'll be a break for the Mocs. Gomes needs to get it in all the way back out for Blockton. Gomes gets it back. Corner 3 by Pereira. That's off. A rebound taken down by Palmieri. Tampa back the other way, down 3. Palmieri drops it into the corner. And cross court it comes here for Amy Thompson. Palmieri going to take the 3. That won't go, and Gianna Voss, the only one there for the rebound.
Right now, the Mocs shooting 29% from 3. Need to find more looks inside.
And Gomes will slow it down. Remember, Florida Southern averages 76.5 points a game, which is what they had in the first half. But Tampa looks like they want to slow it down. Inside for Ballester, dumped it out. Pereira for 3, and got it. Lily Pereira's first basket of the game is a big one. Florida Southern by 6.
Mocs were waiting for that one. She started the game 0 for 3, but when she can set her feet in the corner, it's almost always 3 points for Florida Southern.
Ballester, or rather, that is Palmieri. This is Diaz. Dumped it in for Franklin. And we got, a 3-second violation called on Ryan Franklin. And we do not see that very often, and Tom Jesse is not happy at all with that. Boy, he is really, that's a technical foul on Tom Jesse. He was going to get that one. You could see it.
He earned it.
He did. He earned it, is for certain. But he was really, really unhappy. And to be honest, I've seen him now for 20 years, maybe longer, in the Sunshine State Conference. I know he's acted out a lot, but I don't know if I've ever seen him get one. I'm not sure. Not sure. My memory is definitely not that good. But it is a technical, and like you said, Carl, there's no question he earned it.
And now the Mocs get a chance to go to the free throw line, but sometimes you see coaches let that emotions get a hold of them to fire up their team.
Yeah,
we saw at Tampa, they had their heads down going out after that, and you don't always want to see your coach get in the face of a referee, but that allows his team to try to respond with that same emotion and fight.
Florida Southern increases the lead to 7. Biggest, I believe, in the game. And one more coming up. Got them both. Gomes with 16. So let's see if the technical does indeed fire up the visitors. Pereira to inbound. Gomes will have it. Florida Southern can get a double-digit lead if they can score on this possession. The Blockton screen for Sid. Back out, Ballester. Corner, Pereira. Down low, Blockton. Going up against Franklin. Needs some help. Kicked it out. Shot clock to 10. And under. Blockton up and got it. Nia Blockton with the move. She's in double figures with 11. The Mocs by 10.
That is so tough to do, Jim. Keeping that balance and going around the bigger defender. Great finish there by Nia through contact.
Palmieri guarded by Voss. Back out. Thompson. This is Franklin. Kicked it back to Diaz. Franklin again. Going to go up. Left-handed. In and one. Franklin with 12. And Blockton going to get a foul.
That broke a 7-0 run for Florida Southern. Nia needs to be more disciplined there. Can't swipe down on that block attempt. Stay vertical and just contest.
So Franklin to the free throw line. 78.8 for the year. $13 for Ryan Franklin, 2 off her season average. Florida Southern lead is 7, and we approach the 7-minute mark here in quarter number 3. Gomes for Blockton. She's at the high post. Gomes back behind 3. There's the Blockton screen. Gomes wanted to step back, couldn't do it. And Tampa did a good job of this early on Sid. She still wound up with 14 first half points. Gomes going through, shot clock to 5. Ballast there for 3, no. Rebound on the floor. Tampa, Ryan Franklin takes it down. We see Rangard and Carlota Gomez-Alonso, next dead ball for the Mocs. Here's Palmieri. She'll kick it back out. Thompson down low for Franklin. Blockton trying to stay with her. Jump hook comes up short, rebound Gomes. Well, Carl, that's what she needs to do right there.
Great defensive possession there by Blockton.
And we got an offensive foul called here, I believe, on Blockton. Let's see.
It'll be on Ballester.
Oh, they're going to give it to Ballester instead. So that's the first on Ballester. And she's coming out now along with Pereira. And Tampa will have the ball. Here is Palmieri. Florida Southern by 7. We're approaching 6 to go in the quarter. This is Davis. Down low. Ball kicked. Blockton kicked it out. It's going to stay with Tampa. Faith Pickens back in the game here now for the Spartans.
I've been really impressed by Nia this game. She had her best game up to that point in the season against Tampa earlier this year, too.
Sydney Gomes almost got the steal. It's going to stay with the Spartans.
Watch Carlota here. She continues to be really aggressive in these passing lanes, but she needs to stay patient here and not allow for too many things to open up for Tampa.
All the way back out. And now Palmieri will run the offense. Florida Southern by 7. Driving through, the ball on the floor, knocked away. Florida Southern's going to get it. Here's Rangard, and she's going to back it out and find Gomes. Gomes near the foul line. The jumper is good for Sydney Gomes. Sydney Gomes with 2 more. She's got 18, and Florida Southern leads it by 9. And we got a timeout on the floor. Tom Jesse's going to call it here for Tampa. I assume it will be a full, and we will step aside. The Mocs lead it by 9. Don't go away. This is Florida Southern College women's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back. Mocs with a 9-point lead. And Carl, another brilliant performance so far from Sydney Gomes.
She just knew the moment and stepped up right into it there. Step back Jay and just bottoms there. A great shot there from Sydney Gomes. She knew she needed to be the one to set the tone.
And see, right there to me is what makes her a great player. A lot of people would say she's going to step back 2 more steps behind 3, take the shot. No, she had an opening right there, and she took it.
And that's the thing with Sid. Early on in her career, we'd maybe see her try to go all in on that triple, but now she knows what she needs to do to stay in rhythm. Because when you're in rhythm, you are hitting shots.
Brooklyn Butler back in, and she will inbound the ball here. And she will get it to Amy Thompson, who will get it to Palmieri. Mocs lead it by 9, 5.5 to go, third quarter. This is Butler, guarded by Gomez-Alonso. Now Palmieri, and Voss on her. That has been a good matchup. Goes around a screen, still with it. Jumper is off, no good. Rebound, Gomez-Alonso. And she will drop it back for Sydney Gomes, who brings it up. Florida Southern can get back to a double-digit lead again. Gomez-Alonso. And Voss. And Gomes. Looking, back out. Right now, Rangard playing the 5. Here's Gomez-Alonso. Shot clock to 3, got to go up. She does. Shot is an air ball, and it's a shot clock violation. Second in the game on Florida Southern.
Gomez Alonso really looking for the foul call there, but looked like pretty good defense.
So immediate timeout on the floor. Florida Southern leads it by 9 over the University of Tampa Spartans. And do we want to keep it here, or should we just go ahead and go out?
I think let's take a break here, Jim.
All right. So this is the Florida Southern College women's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. There's our score time remaining in the third quarter. Carl, the Mocs led by 5 at the break, and they have increased it. They have not dropped off here so far in the third quarter.
Big reasons the defense. Tampa hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. Gianna Voss has been sneaky good on the defensive end, stepping up from that early first half.
Well, Jade Thompson is now in for Palmieri, and Voss is with her. Kicks it back out. Trying to make a pass there. Pickens had it, and now Jade Thompson again. Jade Thompson step back. This is Davis. Long cross quarter. Deep 3 out there is short. Rebound blocked, and outlet comes, and the Mocs will bring it up.
And I really love these adjustments by the Mocs. So far, what they're doing in the end of that second quarter and in this third quarter, on the far side of the court, they're setting that player in the corner defending to double team the big down low.
So here is Gomes, and back out for Rangard. Gianna Voss. Long cross court for Gomez Alonso. The deep 3, that's short, an air ball, but blocked and got it back up and in. Nia Blockton right there where she needed to be. She's got 13, Mocs by 11.
13, that's her third most points in her career. Had 15 against Rollinson, 17 against PBA in her back-to-back double-doubles earlier.
Jade Thompson got through traffic somehow. She steps back, a little short jumper's going to go. Carl, this is a good-looking young player.
She is really fun to watch. She is just so shifty and has that really smooth midi.
Mocs by 9. So we are approaching 3 to go, but Gomez Alonso somehow got it back. Going to try to post up, does miss the shot. She'll shoot 2.
Gomez Alonso, early on in the season, she was a pass-first player. It feels like today she has a little bit of blinders on. If she gets it, she's going up with it.
Well, she is third in the conference in free throw shooting. Well, no, I think I got that wrong. In field goal percentage, she's third. But she is at the line now, and she has been a good free throw shooter at 79.7. We see Elena Diaz back in the game. And sitting down for Tampa will be Brooklyn Butler. So a couple here for Gomez Alonso. Get that lead back to double digits. Right there. 6 points for her.
12th in free throw percentage coming into today. 79.7 is pretty good.
Got them both. You know, and the fact that she's only 12th shows how many good free throw shooters there are in this league.
And she's only third on the team.
Yeah. Mocs by 11. Here's Thompson again, guarded by Voss. Thompson still with it. And we got a whistle.
It looks like it'll be a push-off.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to go against Tampa.
No.
Wait a minute.
A push-off on the Mocs?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, they gave it to Voss. Okay. All right.
I was going to say, I didn't think I saw one on Thompson there.
So that's 1 on her, only 3 in the quarter on Florida Southern. Lobbing back out for Ryan Franklin. Gives it up. Trying to make the pass there was Amy Thompson. Back down for Franklin. Blocked in there. Up. Missed. Rebound. Gomez Alonso. Boy, another good job by by Nia Blockton.
She's adjusted so well in this game to Franklin. And Franklin, she was really good to start, and she's still making an impact, but she slowed down that offensive production.
Voss down low. Gomez Alonso tossed away, or rather Gomes tossed away, but Voss is going to try to get it. It's out of bounds. It's going to be Florida Southern ball. Great job that time by Voss to let Jade Thompson, knock it out.
And great effort there by Thompson, laying out on the floor, even though it wasn't likely that she'd hold on to possession.
So Mock's ball, and Gomes will bring it up. 2:25 remaining, third quarter. And Gomes will just let it roll. And a whistle, and I think that's Thompson's foul.
That's a good call for Florida Southern.
They're going to get, I think I got the wrong Thompson. I was going to say Jade. It looks like it's Amy.
So now that shot clock resets to 20, so a lot more time to work with for Florida Southern. See if they call a set play as they're right next to their bench.
Here's Rangard. Back for Gomes. Gomez Alonso trying to drive through traffic. Does. Shot up. No. Got her own rebound. And Carl, you mentioned that earlier. She is really good at following up.
Looks like Tampa right now running a bit of a 3-2.
Trying to go through. Is blocked and needs help. Finds Gomes. Finds Rangard. Shot clock to 8. Boy, Gomes just went down hard. And Jade Thompson, who committed the foul, picks her back up.
That was a late call there. You could hear everyone in shock that we didn't hear the whistle immediately. And that's another reset of the shot clock. And the Mocs right now, they're just taking time off.
They'll take it. Here is Gomes. Under 2 to go, third quarter. And Blockton. Gomes back out. Blockton says, go around me. Gomez Alonso. Still with it. Put it on the floor. Almost lost it. Put it on the floor. Trying to go up. Goes up. Shot and good. At the buzzer. Carlotta Gomez Alonso with 9, and the Mocs go up 13.
She has 7 rebounds, 3 on the offensive end.
So here is Jade Thompson. Around the screen by Franklin. Going all the way down, up and in. Wow, what a shot by Jade Thompson. She averages 1.3 points per game. But, boy, I'll tell you what, I think we're going to see a lot of her. She's only a sophomore.
That was a great shot by her. Like a receiver in football, showing the hands late, not allowing Blockton to get the block.
This is Voss. Gomes around a Blockton screen and backing it out. Florida Southern will run clock. We're under a minute to go in the quarter. Here is Blockton. Gomes gets it back. Deep three. Got it. Holy cow. What a shot by Sid. She's got 21. The Mocs go up 14.
And she has 21 on 10 shots, Jim. She is so efficient today.
Jade Thompson with it in front court. Mocs by 14. Thompson dumps it down. Diaz up. Nice shot, Elenis Diaz. She's got 8. Mocs lead it by 12.
This Tampa team won't go away easy. The Mocs need to continue to keep that foot on the gas.
Mocs by 12 can take the final shot of the quarter as we're at 15 seconds and going down. Gomes with it. We are under 10. She still has it. She wants to drive in on Diaz. Not an easy task. Ball's on the floor. It's a jump. It's going to stay with the Mocs, but 1.5 seconds on the clock. Pereira's going to come in for the final 1.5. Gomez Alonso is out.
And let's see what Florida Southern has drawn up here. Sid inbounding is exactly what I want. Look for a screening action for Lily Rangard or Lily Pereira.
So here we go. Got to get it in. She does. Back to Gomes. Throws it up. Just off. And the quarter comes to an end. But a really good quarter. Florida Southern gets 18 more here in the period, while the University of Tampa stymied with 11. It is a 56-44 Mock advantage with 10 minutes to go. Fourth quarter coming up on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network, presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute. fans, GMF Steel Group is proud to serve as a major corporate partner of Florida Southern Athletics. They've had the opportunity to build skylines like Harry Potter World, Toy Story Land, and Moffitt Cancer Center. And if you're interested in your next career move, you can head over to gmfsteel.com/careers to speak with a team member about how you can be a part of building skylines while building your career. Well, Carl, another good quarter for Florida Southern. They need one more to wrap this thing up.
56-44. The Mocs are still on pace to hit that 68-point number, the number that when opponents score at Tampa is yet to find a win all season, and Sydney Gomes is a big reason why. 21 points, 7 for 11 shooting, 3 for 5 from 3. She has 9 of her last 15 from behind the arc, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, she has she went through a little bit of a lag period there for a while, like most players do, but boy, she has found the range here of late. Tampa with the ball to start quarter number 4. This thing is far from over. Don't go away. Jade Thompson, and she has looked really good. Here's Diaz, down low, Franklin. That's how they scored early, and they just did again. 15 for Franklin. Mock lead is 8. Here is Gomes. Still with it. Guarded by Olivia Davis. Franklin popped out on her, blocked, and down below, trying to go up, had it stolen away. Here's Palmieri going the other way for Tampa. Back into the corner, dumped it down for Franklin. Franklin needs some help. Kicked it out. Pereira did a nice job of getting inside to make that play. So Tampa will set it up now with Jade Thompson. Blockton could not get back on the play, and boy, Lily Pereira was right there and forced Franklin out. Here she is again with Blockton going up. Shot too hard. Rebound Gomes. Nia stayed right with it once again.
I talked about Nia last year in her very limited minutes. I said she can be one of the best defenders in the conference because she is just so long and strong. We're seeing it tonight.
Here is Blockton. Finds Sydney Gomes. Still with it. Blockton screen. Gomes had a little opening. Kicks it out. Pereira for 3. Glass, no. Rebound on the floor. Blockton gets it. She goes up. She scores. And 1 for Nia Blockton.
15 points for her on 7 for 9 shooting. She does not waste a single moment on the floor.
How about Nia Blockton? Gomez Alonso back in for Pereira. And 1 for Nia. Substitution for Tampa, Brooklyn Butler back in, and Ryan Franklin coming out. One for Nia to finish it off. Didn't get it. Rebound, won by Tampa. Jade Thompson has it, and she's in front court. Mocs by 10, still a long, long way to go. Butler, she hit one earlier from 3. Thompson bounced it off her foot, but got it back. We see Gomes on the floor. Kick back out for 3. Wide open corner, Butler 3. Got it.
And Sid got elbowed right in the nose there. She has a bloody nose on the floor, and somehow no moving screen is called.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's about player safety, and that's not player safety.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And Megan Zekas has got a few choice words here. They're going to have to fix her up here. She's going to have to come out for the first time in the game while they take care of her here.
Someone needs to tell the floor sweepers, don't sweep up blood with the broom.
And I would think here, I guess this is not something you can challenge. You're going to look at it now. I guess maybe they can take a look because they see the result of this thing.
Well, they can take a look to see if it's a flagrant. And I think that's something they have to look for. We've already had a player sustain a face injury with Charlie Dolan earlier on in the season when he had to get a few stitches in his mouth, and now it looks like the ladies are getting in on, I wouldn't call it the fun, but on the action as well.
Yeah. Well, they've got to mop up the floor, that's for sure. And they're going to check here to see if we really had it on camera. I think.
And let's see the replay.
Yeah, let's take a look. Well, I think we have it here. Let's take a look at the replay coming up here.
And watch Sid at the top of the key.
You can see her coming out right
raising
there.
The arm. Yeah, like I just don't know how you missed that call.
Yeah, I would not say that was vicious.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't. Let's see it again.
Blatant. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Because she was trying to get out of the way.
Now she went back out here now.
And you can just see arms
right
raised
there.
at the worst time. That's a tough break for the Tampa player that got caught in that. But I don't want to sound like a home team broadcast, but that's just a player safety thing.
Yeah.
You can't allow the play to continue with a player on the ground after getting hit in the face.
Well, we'll see Emily Ritterstrom in for the first time here now while they patch Sid up. I think, let's hope she's okay.
Yeah, Sid is not coming out of this game. She may not play every single second, but she's going to play every second until Zekas can get a timeout to get her in. Shout out Brianna Mamena. She is super, super busy this time of the year. She has track, women's basketball. She has tennis. She helps out with softball. She does it all. She is a huge contributor here at Florida Southern, and she's a big reason why Sid is on the floor right now.
Well, Sydney Gomes is coming back out. Let's see if she's going to check back in, it looks like. So Ritterstrom will not come in, as we thought she was going to. And let's see what the call is now. They're bringing both coaches together here. I mean, it definitely was a foul. I mean, that's obvious. That's obvious.
The question is,
I
don't think you can take the shot.
Is it a common foul or is it a flagrant?
I think it's a flagrant, even though it's not intentional. There's no way that was intentional at all.
No, absolutely not. And the replay clearly showed that. Good job by our camera people, by the way, to get that. Yeah, Megan Zekas having her choice words here. So let's see what the decision is. And Tom Jesse wants to just let's get going. Now Ritterstrom is coming back in, it looks like. I guess Gomes has to wait probably to come back in.
Yeah. You can see Sid smiling just off the screen there. She's talking with some of the Tampa players, just laughing about it.
So the Mocs are going to get the ball, so I'm sure there was a foul called on the play. Florida Southern will have it. They lead it by 7, and we go under 8 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Jim, from what I see on the stats, no foul call. The Mocs just get possession after the made three-pointer.
Okay. Oh, bad pass. Thrown away, one by Tampa. And Elenis Diaz, who made the interception, gives to Jade Thompson. Mocs by 7. Don't go away, folks. This Tampa team is good. Back out for Jade Thompson. Ritterstrom with her, going through, up to hard foul. And I think Ritterstrom gets the foul.
I was surprised the Mocs just didn't foul immediately there on that possession to get Sid and Blockton in.
So Gomes comes back, Nia Blockton comes back, and Ballester will come out. We see Ryan Franklin coming back in for Tampa. And coming out, it looks like it'll be Brooklyn Butler. So free throws here for Thompson. She has 6 points in the game and now 7. One more. Got them both. 4 for 4 at the line, a couple of baskets. Off the bench, she's averaging 1.3 points per game. Mocs by 5, as close as it's been in a while. And now it gets down to possession by possession. There's still a lot of time. There's the 3 by Gomez. Alonso! Got it! A dozen for her. Mocs back up by 8.
Her first made triple of the game, and it couldn't be in a better spot.
Here is Thompson. Around the Franklin screen. Cut off, back out. Diaz sets her a screen. Kicks it back now. Diaz down low. Tipped out by Blockton, but Tampa got it back. Shot clock under 10, back down to 5. Palmieri trying to go. Shot is up and in. What a shot by Palmieri.
And that's just ridiculous. The best defense you could play there from Voss, but even better offense is what wins.
Absolutely. She's got 4, and the Mock lead is 6. 6.5 to go. She had Gomes going all the way down, goes up and scores. Sid's first basket of the fourth quarter, 23 for the game. Mocs by 8. Jade Thompson with it. Still with it. Near steal by Gomez Alonso. Diaz, open three is looking bad. Rebound, Lily Rangard. Shot by Davis there. She had a 3 in the first quarter, and she has not scored since then. She averages 9 a game. So here's Gomes front court. Mocs by 8. Gomes again. Stops, pops, got it! Sydney Gomes again, 25. 11 here in the second half. Florida Southern back up by double digits at 10. Thompson, the Franklin screen, sort of. Back out, Diaz. Driving through on Gomez Alonso. Up, missed, foul. Gomez Alonso. Her second. Two on the Mocs in the quarter, 1 on Tampa. As we suspected, so far, there has not been a 2-shot free throw with teams having 5 fouls. Diaz to the line. 8 points for her in the game.
Entering the game, we talked about how identical these two teams are, and it's continued. Only 3 field goals separate these two. The Mocs have made 24 compared to 21 for Tampa, and even if you go even further, 8 free throws made for each side, 12 turnovers for each side, 15 defensive rebounds, or 16 for each side, and then we also have 14 assists for each side, and it's just identical basketball, but it has been really, really, really fun to watch.
So Franklin is out, and Brooklyn Butler is back in here now. The Moc lead is down to 8 after the 2 Diaz free throws. She's now in double figures with 10. So here's Gomes now in front court. Still with it to Gomez Alonso. Backs it out. Wants to drive. Cut off. Needs help. Bounce deflected. Thrown away. All the way down is Jade Thompson. And she missed the shot. Rebound, Sydney Gomes. Huge miss by Tampa. And Gomes will once again bring it up. This is becoming a possession-by-possession battle.
And last time they played, that was to the advantage of the Spartans, but now it's Florida Southern with the lead with just over 4 to go.
That was a foul called on Diaz, and that will be the team's second and her first. Yeah, I know, Carl, I don't think this is the kind of game where you want to start fouling because the other team, both teams, can hit free throws.
I don't think Tampa will commit to that either.
Yeah.
They're a team that has really prided themselves on their defense, and it's something that they will continue to really use as their strength.
Did somebody call a timeout? Tampa went back to sit down. What's that all about?
I'm not sure, but the Mocs were able to use it as a pseudo timeout. Some good
Kind of,
conversations.
I guess, yeah. By the way, 4 timeouts for Florida Southern, 3 for Tampa, so everybody's got timeouts, and we may see them as this thing winds down. 4.5 to go, and here's Gomes with the ball. Blockton wants to set the screen, but she backs off. Here is Voss. Cross quarter for Lily. Fake the 3. Bumping by Thompson. Dumped it down. Gomez Alonso trying to go through traffic. Lost the ball. And here comes Thompson the other way. Gomez Alonso puts it into traffic, and she loses it sometimes. So here's Jade. Dumped it off. Brooklyn Butler. Guarded by Blockton outside. Thompson dumped it back out near steal. Butler held on. Shot clock under 10. Palmieri trying to back out, trying to go in. Runner in the lane. Missed. Rebound, Sydney Gomes at the shot clock buzzer. She'll bring it up. We're under 4 to go. And Gomes will have it for Florida Southern.
Let's see
Franklin next dead ball. Gomez Alonso almost walked. Gomes all the way across for Rangard for 3. No. Rebound Tampa. Jade Thompson got it. She'll bring it up. We are approaching 3 to go in the game. Thompson going in on Rangard. Shot blocked by Rangard. Great play by Lily. Gomes gets the rebound, and Florida Southern has the ball. Wow, what a play.
Another two-block game. That's 2 in a row now for Lily Rangard.
And the Mocs want to call a timeout. Let's see if it's a 30 or a full. They're going to say a full timeout. So we will step aside. This is Florida Southern College women's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Well, there's our score time remaining, and Carl, this has turned into a possession-by-possession game. I don't see a lot of transition basketball going on here right now because every possession is critical.
That's the thing that Tampa normally wants, but we'll see them try to push the pace a little bit more, especially with Jade Thompson on the floor. She's a really excellent player, and we've said it a number of times. She has 2 steals and only 1 turnover in 15 minutes to pair with her 8 points. 4 from the free throw line, but right now defenses are what are defining this 4th period of action. The Mocs are 4 of their last 5 from the field, but turnovers have defined this last couple minutes. They haven't scored in nearly 3, and Tampa hasn't scored in nearly 2.5, and they've also missed their last 4 shots. The Mocs with the chance here to drop a play and find that first bucket made in over 2.5 minutes.
22 on the shot clock, so Florida Southern has a little time, and Gomes has it. Guarded by Olivia Davis. Davis has had her most of the game. Around the screen from Carlotta Gomez-Alonzo. Now here's Voss into the paint. Picked up her dribble. Cross quarter for Gomes. Deep 3 out there, no good. Rebound taken down by Ryan Franklin at the shot clock buzzer. Back the other way, Palmieri with it for Tampa. Palmieri dropped it back. Deep 3 outside, will go by Amy Thompson. Her first basket of the game, and that's going to get a timeout called here, I believe, by Tampa.
And Thompson blew a kiss there. I hope the Mocs saw that, because if I was on the floor for Florida Southern, that would wake me up if I had any amount to give a little bit extra. The Mocs have some history with Thompson, though. She did come here on a visit this summer, decided to go to the University of Tampa. So I guess no love lost between those two.
Well, with a 5-point Moc lead, the Mocs are going to have to really do well on those 3-point guarding attempts because, Carl, if it stays like this, Tampa may shoot a couple of those, and they've been pretty successful with them today.
And I talked about it going into the second half. The Mocs need to be really aggressive on those closeouts. Right now we're seeing Blockton be excellent inside against Franklin. She's doing a good job of walling up and getting into the chest of Franklin, and that's forcing some tough rolls for Tampa. Now the Mocs need to settle in and find some points. They haven't scored in over 3 minutes.
Well, nice gesture there taken by Olivia Davis as she walked by Sydney Gomes. They slapped hands with each other. They've been battling one another the whole game out front. Well, that's what it's all about. 2:20 to go. Florida Southern by 5. Big possession for the Mocs, and Davis all over Gomes. Here is Rangard. Gomes back again. Davis right with her now, backing out. Quick switch of the dribble, into the paint, trying to go up. Shot short. Rebound taken down by Ryan Franklin. Here is Davis back the other way for Tampa. Shot, game clock is under 2. Franklin dropped it back for Palmieri. Palmieri picked up her dribble, back out. Down low, Franklin couldn't hold it. Is there a foul?
It'll be on
I
Sid.
think there is. Yep, Gomes will get a foul.
Good foul there. Don't let the mismatch get created. The Mocs were put on an island there with Nia Blockton. Tampa knew it, so they kept the actions on the opposite side of Blockton to not allow a switch back on. Good offense there, but good recovery by Florida Southern.
The Mocs rather with 3 fouls here in the quarter. Here is Thompson again. Backed it out. And Palmieri. 1:40 to go. Palmieri takes the jumper. Glass up and in. She's got 6-4 here in the quarter. Mocs by 3, 90 seconds to go.
They need a bucket in the worst way right here, Jim. They need to make it a 2-possession game.
Gomes with it. Davis with her. Blockton will come out to set the screen. Gomes still with it. Still needs help. Shot clock to 10. Gomes trying to go through. Diaz picked her up. Needs help. Kicks out. Gomez Alonso. 3 on the clock. Runner in the lane. Short. Rebound Tampa. And now Tampa can maybe tie on this possession. We are under a minute to go.
Absolutely no threes here.
This is Franklin. High post. Back out. Amy Thompson hit a 3 a moment ago. She backs out. It's a 2. It's blocked. But Franklin there for the bucket. Mox did not see it. 17 for Franklin. A 1-point Mock lead. 40 seconds to go, and we got a timeout. A 30-second timeout. And it looks like they are going to take it down to a full. Holy cow. Again, Carl, this Tampa team just does not stop.
They don't go away. And, Jim, I really don't like what the score is right now. You see 63-62. This was the same thing that it was last year here at Florida Southern when Tampa hit that buzzer beater to win 64-63.
Well, right now, you can't run the clock out, but you can run it down pretty far. And, Carl, it has been, like we said, a possession-by-possession game. I would think that's what the Mocs are going to do unless they get something that's just too good to be true.
Yeah, I think Florida Southern, I wouldn't hate if they took an early shot, but it has to be a good one. I'm surprised that we're not seeing a player, either Pereira or Rangard, come into this one. Gomez Alonso's had a few too many turnovers recently for me to feel super comfortable with her in right now. And the Mocs, it's a risk-reward situation with her late in the games because she can make some crazy passes for some open shots, but if she throws a turnover here, it could end the game.
It could. It could. Ballester, I believe, has checked in here for the Mocs. Well, this has been everything we thought it would be, and it's down to the final possession or 2 here in the game.
What more could you want?
Sure. I know. It is. Division II women's college basketball at its very best. Well, the Mocs will have Gomes, Ballester, Gomez Alonso, Voss, and Rangard on the floor. Now there's another timeout going to be called here. Tampa now with 1 timeout remaining. Florida Southern with 3. This will be another 30-second timeout. So, Carl, it just looks like maybe Tampa wanted to take a look, see how Florida Southern lines up, and adjust accordingly.
The Mocs just need to stick with their plan. They need a bucket in the worst. It's been over 5 minutes since they've scored last in Tampa. They are 3 of their last 3. This offense is rolling again. I guess Florida Southern accredited that last block shot as a pass there, helping out the Tampa stats a little bit.
So here we go.
Something I'm really interested in here is how aggressive are the Mocs going to be on the offensive glass. If you miss here and get the rebound, it could change this game. Nia Blockton's off the floor.
And so is Ryan Franklin for Tampa. So let's see. This will be a guard-oriented possession by Florida Southern. Gomes with it. Davis with her. Gomes still with it. Driving outside. Still with it. Down it comes. Inside, Gomes just fights her way up and got it! Sydney Gomes nailed it! And Tampa wants a timeout. Holy cow. 26 and 27 for Sydney Gomes. And let's take a look.
These were the biggest 2 points of the season for Sydney. That was a prayer, and it was answered here at the George Jenkins Fieldhouse.
All right, so now another timeout has been called here. Tampa is down 3. So, Carl, now the question becomes real simple. If you're Tampa, do you take the 3 for the tie?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't try to go in.
40% from 3, best three-point shooting team
fair
in the country.
enough. Yep. Yeah, and we talked about it, the Mocs giving up only 25.7% from 3, but that hasn't been the case today.
45% from 3.
Okay, so, all right. So let's see what happens here.
The big question, though, is who takes the 3 for Tampa?
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you.
And it is really hard to know. I mean, Brooklyn Butler hit one earlier. Amy Thompson hit one just a few minutes ago.
I'm really surprised, though, that Franklin's not in. I feel like that is a must-have here, have that big, strong screener and someone who can get the rebound and kick it back out.
Yeah, Thompson, in fact, is not in. So here we go. Davis to inbound. And lobbing it out for Palmieri. Watch with us. Palmieri with the ball. Under 20 seconds to go. Down to 15. Palmieri. Long cross quarter. Open three. Blocked by Rangard. And Gomes is fouled. Lily Rangard with the block of the year.
I love Lily Rangard. She is the heart and soul of this defense, and we saw why there. She never gives up on the play. She had to do the late rotation, and she dove into that one. Watch this. All the way out and flying by. That is a textbook closeout. You cannot do it any better, especially against the best three-point shooting team in the country.
Absolutely, and I mean that is that extra second effort called hustle that makes Lily Rangard who she is right there. It was a tremendous block from Butler, who can shoot the three. We saw that earlier, but she did not get a chance as it was deflected, and Gomes got fouled. Now, it's still 3 fouls per team, so no free throws. Florida Southern has the ball with 8 seconds left in the game. They just have to get the ball in.
Monica Ballester, let's see if she's back in. She is.
She is.
She's going to be the press breaker. If they try to show a trap here, the Mocs able to advance it. Watch here. Gomes is going to inbound it. I'd really watch for Ballester coming off the screen, and they'll give it back to Gomes. They want her to shoot these free throws.
Yeah, again, they have 1 foul to give here, Tampa does. Gets it into Rangard, and she's fouled. So there's 4 now. So the next one will be 2 free throws. And, of course, Carl, if you're the Mocs now, you want it in Gomes' hand or Rangard's hand. Both are exceptional free throw shooters.
And we saw Nia Blockton almost come in, and then she came right back out. So we'll look to see what the Mocs' decision-making is here if they want her in for any of these offensive possessions.
Got to get it in. Knocked out. Stays with Florida Southern.
That still gives the Mocs a little bit more time off the clock.
6 seconds to go. And Tom Jesse, let's see, I think maybe Megan Zekas is the one who called this timeout. Tampa has none left, so this has to be a Florida Southern timeout. And what's interesting now, Carl, and let's hope it doesn't come down to this, but neither team can challenge a call.
That's true. That's true.
Neither team can challenge a call because you have to have a timeout in order to do it.
And that's a conversation we couldn't have until this year. And,
Yep.
is a really good wrinkle to think about for the rest of this one, because that very much could decide the rest of this one. But the Mocs right now, they don't want to leave that up to chance. They're looking to find a way inbound and get 2 points and try to close the door on Tampa.
Yeah, if they can get the ball inbounds, there will be, and a foul is called, there will be free throws. If the Mocs get 1, it's a 2-possession game, and this thing could be over. But we'll see.
That's the thing. It's always could with this Tampa team, because they can shoot the lights out of gym. Tremendous college basketball game. Couldn't ask for any more. And what's interesting is we're probably going to see this again. I know.
In 10 days. These 2 teams are probably going to play each other again.
It's going to be so much fun, Jim. It's going to be really, really fun.
Now, if the Mocs can hold on, they will take a big step towards getting that game here, but it's certainly not over yet.
Yeah, that's the thing with this conference. Even though the top teams have dominated this year, it's still anybody's game in every single game.
Oh, yeah. Well, on the women's side in the top 5, I would say.
Yes.
I don't know about the bottom 6, but. So here we go. 6 seconds remaining. The Mocs need to inbound the basketball with a 3-point advantage. Just get it in and get fouled and go home. But that is easier said than done against this Tampa team.
I've talked about it all game. One of the best defending teams in the half court in transition in everything. And there's a reason why they've made 15 NCAA tournaments with Coach Tom Jesse.
Here we go. Gomes to inbound. Ballester. Whoa. Offensive foul. Holy cow. Holy cow.
It's a brand new ball game.
Yes, it is.
Wow. Monica just hands on her head. She knows she can't make that play.
Ballester gets the foul. So it now reverses. 5.6 left. Tampa needs a 3. And they got to go nearly the full length of the floor to get it. Here we go. Do not foul if you're Florida Southern. Palmieri. She's deep. She's got to get it off. Here's Thompson for 3. No!
I think they called a foul.
They called a foul
on Sydney Gomes, so now an inbound coming. We'll look to see how much is on the clock. I think they have to review that.
0.6 on the clock. Gomes gets the foul, 4 on the Mocs. So there's still no shooting.
Yeah, and they can't review it either.
That's right. They cannot review it. There are no timeouts. They're going to look at it, but why can they do this?
So the refs can initiate a review in the last minute of action, but the Mocs can't ask for a review.
So neither team can ask for it. They've got to see how much time is left.
Yeah, we're pretty sure it's going to be 1.1 left in this one, so it should be a decent chance to get a shot up.
And Tampa will have the ball.
And we already thought this was a great game before this, and man, let's see if Lily Rengard can find another defensive sequence.
Well, what we have to look at here, Tampa has no choice. Tampa has to shoot a 3. Correct. I think, don't you?
Correct.
I mean, even if they were to pass it inside, the Mocs don't foul, game's over. Let them score inside. Just don't let them score from beyond 3. What a finish this thing has been. Unbelievable.
And reminder for everyone at home, if you're tuning in now and we're in here the whole time, Florida Southern hasn't beaten the University of Tampa since they won at home in February of 2022. That was before any player was on the floor today for either of these sides. And
well, we talked about it at the top. Remember, they had a 9-game losing streak against Eckerd, and they won. They have a 9-game losing streak against Tampa, and they're 2.2. That's a little time here. 2.2 seconds for a chance for a 3. Obviously, Tampa will inbound by its own bench. Right down there, you can see number 2, Georgia Palmieri with it will inbound, and Ballester will guard her. Here we go. All the way back out. The shot for 3. No! Mocs win! Brooklyn Butler's shot came up short. And the Florida Southern College Mocs, despite getting only 9 in the fourth quarter, they hang on. And they defeat the University of Tampa, who got 12. They win it by 3, 65-62. And they take a huge step forward in the chance to finish the 3-point, or to try to finish 4th place and get a home game in the first round of the conference tournament. Let's see if we have the replay of that final shot here. We do not. So, okay. So we have sent Carl down. He will get a player of the game as Florida Southern now goes to 19-6, 13-5 in Sunshine State Conference play. Tampa falls to 17-10 and 12-6 in Sunshine State Conference play. And just an unbelievable performance by Florida Southern. The Mocs only played 7 players in the game, and every one of them had a hand in this win. So we're going to see, I think we're going to get Nia Blockton down on the floor, as both men's teams are already out there warming up. So we see Carl down there. Looks like he's going to be with Nia, and I guess the players will start to come over. So let's see, both Nia and Gomes. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and send it down to Carl with Nia Blockton, Sydney Gomes, and the team.
Nia, this is the best game of your career so far. 15 points, 5 rebounds, but a huge, huge impact. Talk about what you did today.
Well, I trusted my teammates to pass me the ball down low and make sure we clean up on down low. And my sister helps me with the post-ups when we're in practice.
And yeah, we saw huge adjustments after that first quarter. You locked down defensively. Talk about the focus there.
I knew how to focus on my footwork to make sure I had to make sure I stay on my feet and stay bouncy with it.
Yeah, thank you. And Sid, I have to talk to you after that one. The first time in your 4 years that you guys beat Tampa. Talk about what that means.
Feels great. I mean, the same time last year we were here, we lost on a buzzer beater. So to get them back at home feels really good. And this team competes every day, and I couldn't be more proud of the group we have. I love being a part of it, and everyone did a great job tonight.
Thank you, Sid. Back to you, Jim.
Okay, Carl, very good. Thank you very much. Well, we'll get Mocs head coach Megan Zeeks up here soon, we hope. And we will get Carl back up here as well. We'll also get you some final stats whenever they are ready. But, boy, what a performance tonight by Florida Southern College. They knocked off Tampa in what was a huge, huge victory, 65-62. Carl he's a track guy, so he sprinted up here to the broadcast spot up here as both the men's teams are beginning their warm-ups. And there will be men's basketball here about 25 minutes from now, and we'll be on in around 17 minutes from now with our pregame. But right now we continue to await Mocs head coach Megan Zekas as she will come up and give us her take on this game. And Carl, what an incredible finish. If the ball had gone in, we would still be playing.
I know, Jim. We were talking about the whole game, but this is literally all you can ask for and more. Arguably the greatest basketball game I've seen played here at Florida Southern in my 4 years. I don't think that's hyperbole. The way both teams went back and forth, and the Mocs ultimately found the answer at the end. Sydney Gomes helped lead the charge, but I was able to talk to Nia Blockton because she, too, was able to really, really control that game defensively.
Yeah, I mean, she had a tough job. Ryan Franklin's a very good player. She got 15 points of her own here tonight, and she got big ones early, got them off to a good start, and they held on. That's just basically all there is. Well, we're going to have Mocs head coach Megan Zekas to join us up here following the 65-62 nail-biter over the University of Tampa Spartans. And now, first of all, Coach, take a deep breath, and let's talk a little bit about how this game came down to the end. What was your strategy going down, say, in the last minute or so in that contest?
Just get good shots. I thought we went. How many minutes did we go without scoring?
It was five.
Oh, Lord. But that gives credit to our defense, right? In terms of that. And rebounding. That was huge coming into this game. We out-rebounded them. I think, too, ball players be ball players. I just put the ball in Sid's hands, and, she makes some plays going down the stretch. Huge layup, right?
Yep.
And then we talked about Lily Rangard, huge block. And we talked about that at walk-ons, too, right? So just defensive-wise, being able to hold them when critical stops mattered. But I think we can clean up some things at the end. And so I'll take that one on me. I wasn't an efficient play caller at the end there. But our ladies worked hard. Tampa's a great team, great coach, greatly coached, and Tom does a great job. Tampa's a tough team. I'm sure we're going to see them a couple more times. So,
Coach, I said it before you came up here, but I think that's the greatest game I've been able to be up here for at Florida Southern. What was it like experiencing those emotions on the bench?
There wasn't a lot. It's tight, right? It's tight, and every possession matters in these games. And so, I'm trying to. There's like 7,000 thoughts going in my head with lineups and and whatnot, and trying to pick apart them and who we want to get the ball to in those situations. And so, I thought third quarter really held us. I thought, and then second quarter, finishing that second quarter really gave us some lead. And thankfully we had that lead, But that's kudos to our ladies. Monday we had a serious talk, and they'll tell you that it was just time to refocus. And we told them, our destiny's in our own hands.
Yep.
Where last year we were we were talking about people winning games so we can just get in the playoffs. And so this helps for sure with a home playoff win or a hosting home playoff. But, we got to continue to do work. And, we got two tough teams coming up, but we're going to enjoy this one. I'm just so proud of our ladies. And how about Sid? Sid, man, again, ball players going to be ball players. I thought Carlota came off the bench and really played some really good defense. Really ran guard, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Her shot wasn't falling, but, man, I think old Lily Rangard would have gotten her head a little bit, not played defense. And, man, she can just block and long, and she was just wreaking havoc out there. So just super proud of our ladies. And being able to finish those games. I thought maybe last year or maybe in the beginning of the season, we didn't know how to win those games and figuring it out. And I thought our ladies did that. And whatever it took, they were willing to do.
Well, we got to talk about Nia Blockton. She got you off to a great start and really, really stepped up in big-time moments in this game.
Yeah, Nia's a force. And I was just talking to I talked to a lot of people. But she only played 39 minutes last year, and she's been thrown into the fire with injuries. And so I'm really proud of her. She stepped up. She gave us some big buckets at times when we needed it, when they went on runs. But her defensively, too, just creating havoc long, especially on their high ball screen stuff. So Nia is a special forward, and we got to continue to play like that. And again, I coach Nia really hard, but man, she just wants to be challenged, and she wants to do whatever she can to help her teammates, which is awesome too.
Coach, going into this game, obviously the players know that Tampa's a good team, but what did you do to prepare them for the weight of this rivalry?
We talked about it. I think probably a couple of years ago, or including last year, I was always scared to put that pressure on a team, like how big this game is. But this team's a veteran team, and so I'm able to do that. I'm able to coach them hard. I'm able to tell them, like, hey, this is a big game, playoff-wise for Sunshine State, regional-wise. So, I'm just super proud of them, and they answered the call. And so they continue to do that. We'll be all right. But, again, it was just continue to work hard, and I thought we got after practice Thursday and Friday. So.
Well, you're now in the driver's seat for the 4th place and a potential home game here
left
in the conference. But you've got you've got a long road trip on Wednesday down to Barry and then back home here against Nova.
Yeah, I know they were playing Florida Tech today. I don't know the score of that, but Barry's a tough team, well coached.
Yeah, Barry lost today to Florida
Tech. Yep. But they're really good. They do a lot of actions, and so we'll be ready for that. But we're going to enjoy this tonight, but then not too much, not too long, because, again, our destiny's in our own hands, and we got to continue to finish with 2 games left.
All right. Coach, congratulations. Great win, and we'll see you next Saturday, Senior Day, against Nova.
Excited. Thank you all. Hi, Mom.
All right, Coach.
Mocs head coach Megan Zeke is following a nail-biter to be sure here, 65-62. And, Carl, there isn't a whole lot more we can say about it. This game really came down to possession by possession, the final 5-6 minutes. Mocs had one more than Tampa.
And they just found a way to win, and that's something that great teams do, and that's something we've had a question from this Florida Southern team over the last couple seasons where it's like, can they finish these games? And they've struggled. But Coach Zeke has said it. Today was the day that they really finished.
Well, and look, here's our final stats, and take a look at the rebounds. Huge rebounding difference today for Florida Southern. That was probably the difference in the game, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe Tampa only had 2 offensive rebounds in the game.
Correct, and remember, we talked pregame, Tampa holds opponents to 30 rebounds, but that's because they normally have a little bit more than 30. 8 less than 30 today, and that's a testament to how many shots the Mocs made as well.
All right, well, we will step aside here now. We've got about 10 minutes, and we'll be back with men's basketball. It'll be the Florida Southern College Mocs and the University of Tampa Spartans. Ought to be a good one. Don't go away. For Carl Van Gelder, for Santiago, for all of our camera crew, I'm Jim Henderson. 10 minutes.